Now, you might be wondering why I would want to end this journey. Consider this a 9-year dreadlock update. You can see exactly where they've been. I want to restart, to be honest. I've always wanted to cut these and grow another set of locks. So you know what it is? Lately, I've just been feeling like this dreadlock journey might be coming to an end in 2024. Now, it's been 9 years since I've started growing this set of locks. And you know, they've had a lot of ups, not too many downs actually. It's been a pretty rewarding, fulfilling, and a successful journey. I managed to achieve my longest dreadlock length ever with these locks. I did it all at a cost of $0. I didn't have to spend a dime getting this hairstyle and lifestyle like this. But lately, I've just been kind of feeling over it a bit. Almost a year ago, I made a trim, cut off a lot of the length on these locks. It was refreshing. A lot of people in the comments saying this is the start of me wanting to cut them off entirely. They weren't wrong, but they weren't spot on because I did last a whole year after that trim. Now, you might be wondering why I would want to end this journey. Essentially, I just want to experience some change and something new. I want to restart, to be honest. I've always wanted to cut these and grow another set of locks. I kind of want to do it sooner than later. The novelty of having like long, thick dreadlocks is kind of wearing off. But what's catching my eye is the experience of a new, fresh journey, experiencing the whole transformation and commitment and dedication from growing out an afro and letting that lock up again at its fullest. I used to have afros when I was younger. All the time I used to grow an afro out, braid it, cut it. Grow the afro, braid it, cut it. Truth be told, I loved growing my afro. Afro and the curls, something about it that kind of just speaks to my younger self. It's just a style I haven't really been able to utilize in my later adolescent life, and it's something that I want to kind of cherish again while I'm still young enough and before, God forbid, any male pattern baldness falls into play or my hairline goes back even further. I kind of want to have that dread fro happen once again. So my thoughts is to cut my locks off, not shave my head down completely, but cut them off so that there's enough length that I can kind of comb out at least an inch or two. And I already have a good little base for an afro and for those curls to start activating. I guess I'm here asking for some people to try and convince me not to do this. And I'm open to hearing people's suggestions, innovations, inspirations, thoughts, comments. But I just feel like it's kind of time. One thing that's kind of telling me that it's time is just the maintenance of having long locks right now. I find it difficult to keep up with washing my hair enough because it takes so long to wash it, dry it. You know, it's almost like a full day I have to commit to doing that act. The thought of having short dreads, short fro again, it's gonna allow me to wash my hair more often with the easier procedure, and it's gonna help me keep my scalp a lot cleaner as well, because I have been facing a dander issue, and this is something that I've had my whole life, but you know, just pretty recently, I guess because the winter's here now, my scalp has been really dry, and it's making me have to wash my hair a lot more often, which I should be doing anyways. But then there's that whole conundrum of my hair being so long and thick that I don't really want to have to go through that process of washing it right away. So just kind of the thoughts that I'm going for. This January coming up is going to be 9 years with these locks. I did want to make it to 10 years. That was my goal at least, but the fact that I already made a trim happen last year kind of negates my goal of a 10-year mark now, because I don't have that length of 10 years to show for it. So even though like these locks might be 9 or 10 years old, they're not true to that time frame because they have been chopped and trimmed down almost by half. The 10-year goal doesn't really make sense anymore, and I don't want to kind of restrain myself or hold myself to something that doesn't really have a purpose, because I can, within this next year, I can start a new journey and be fresh again. When I mean fresh, I mean like just in a dreadlock journey that's inspiring once again. I guess I don't really feel inspired with this hairdo anymore. I don't feel inspired with this lifestyle choice right now because it's not utilizing my full hair potential. It has dawned on me that these dreadlock journeys have been a success. You know, my very first dreadlock journey with the interlocks, I proved to myself that I can understand the knowledge, procedures, and techniques to maintain my own hair to a point where I can then spread that knowledge to other people and warn them about dangers and also inform them about benefits towards having dreadlocks. Going into my second journey, I learned a lot from my mistakes, and I learned that I can attain dreadlocks a natural way without having to do any maintenance or procedures. So I was able to understand both sides of the spectrum here. Within that second journey, which was freeform, I was able to understand that I can Congo my locks together to make them a lot thicker just by allowing them to come together and not separate things when webbing starts to occur. I've learned to embrace that procedure. It allowed me to grow dreadlocks thicker than I ever have in my life, and I'm thankful for that experience. On a side note, from both dreadlock journeys, I've been able to appreciate the fact that I've been able to inspire hundreds, if not thousands of people to grow dreadlocks of their own, and that is something that is priceless, especially just from being able to grow my hair out and learning about myself along the way. I've helped other people learn about their self as well, and that's a very valuable experience. So I'm not really here trying to ask people to convince me not to cut them. I just wanted everyone to know that I do appreciate everyone that's been here on the channel, that's commented, liked the videos, shared them, that has taken the journey on for themselves, been able to grow their locks out and stay dedicated for years on end. That is something that I will truly hold close to my heart, and it's been a phenomenal time doing so. YouTube is one of those things where I'm never gonna stop doing it. I have this weird obsession with it, with filmmaking, with uploading, with watching content, and I still have this weird obsession about growing hair naturally. So there's no ending. It's just like another chapter being added to the journey, and it's almost like I'm writing a book. It's a visual book. What kind of book just has 2 chapters? I need more chapters in that story. This is just like a character in a world learning about themselves, learning about himself in a world full of uncertainty, where I'm able to understand just like inner dwellings, inner understandings a lot better. And that's kind of about it. I'm rambling at this point now, but I'll keep you guys posted on what I kind of conclude here. I don't know when. It might be soon. It might be later in the year. I am kind of thinking that it would be a good time to do it over the winter. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the winter is a good time to do it. We'll see what happens. Consider this a 9-year dreadlock update. You can see exactly where they've been. And I think one thing that's really been poking at me to restart is that after I've trimmed my locks down, I got all these curly ends, wispy tips that started to come back. And like these wispy tips being curly like this just remind me of how my hair is with its curl pattern. And like that's something that I kind of miss, is just having curls. There's a lot of curly, like even this one. There's a lot of dreadlocks with curly ends that I just really admire and miss having curly hair. So I mean, obviously when my hair's locked up, the curls take on a shape over time that resemble like, you know, hair like this. And I'm down to embrace that journey once again, to really enhance the curls and allow them to lock up on their own, because that is the most fascinating aspect of growing dreadlocks to me. Anyways, that's all. Thanks for watching. Peace out.